Hey everyone, before we get started with the video, I wanted to say if you like the content I'm putting out for the channel, please feel free to subscribe and comment on what else you'd like to see going forward. Alright, let's go. Seems about right. Hi everyone, Noble Absinthe here, and today we'll be going over Screw Attack's death battle for Samurai Jack versus Afro Samurai. This is definitely a nice present for me. I actually called out that Jack has such an impressive resume and is popular enough of a character to be in death battle, and hey, he's here. So the main outcome and thoughts. Jack won and deserved to win, and goddamn, I love that they didn't cheap out with a sprite artist. They tend to do this with death battles that no one really asked for, like the Beast versus Goliath fight. It was just god-awful. And with characters that you would normally be like, yeah, I remember those guys vaguely from my childhood. Now, give me a real competitor. So yeah, it was really nice that they hired someone talented and can do really good flash animation. So a lot of credit to you, Louis Cruz. With this series in particular, I always kind of have to clench my butthole because in this situation, it's like the perfect storm for Jack to win. You know, you got the Samurai Jack animation, the setting, everything. And I was just waiting for him to die. Now, in my heart of hearts, I'm like, I'm rooting for Jack, I'm rooting for him. But I'm like, they're gonna pull something. And if you've watched Death Battle for more than like 3 episodes of their content, you're like, yeah, I'm doing the same thing. They just like to give me anxiety. But I can't hate them for it. They had Guts win one time before, and I'm so happy that 2 of my main boys, 2 of my favorite series, just got to win, and that one asshole got to lose. I hate Goku. I really do. They covered each combatant really well, and they didn't have to over-explain every facet of their character. For example, just showing that Jack can dodge arrows blindfolded is enough. You get to see the skill, you don't have to verbally explain it. But this is Screw Attack, and they just can't help themselves. Every time I watch Death Battle, I'm always waiting for their reason for the loss at the end, usually involving the maths. Math that exists only to seem super duper impressive to the audience, but they never bother to show you the real calculations. I think they used to back in the day, but now they're like, just take our word for it. It's meant to give relative scale, which is important, but they always use the same scale of reference. I don't know how much damage 1 ton of TNT does, guys. How much damage does it do? But yeah, they do a really great job at subverting expectations. Like, and this always gets me because I called it right as I saw it. Like, for example, they will briefly mention one of Jack's feats under the pretense of, oh, and one time he even survived re-entry from outer space. But let me tell you about how Afro Samurai survived an explosion from an RPG, which, if you let me do the calculations, is equal to 70 tons of TNT. Like, this one was so much more transparent than a lot of theirs. You know, Jack surviving being propelled through the several layers of the atmosphere from orbit made it so that he was traveling 48 times faster than Sonic. Yeah, it's a small, and I am using quotations here, gripe that I have with the series, but ultimately it makes the show fun for the fans because everyone's like, I'm waiting to pinpoint that moment that I'm comparing that character to the other character because you're not giving me all the details because I ain't good at the maths. Well, I mean, I did take calculus, so none of that really helps. What I really like about Death Battle is that I can actually get back to watching stuff that I might have only skimmed over or didn't really appreciate as a kid. I heard about Afro Samurai, but I only really watched sparse scenes on YouTube. You ever do that? Do you ever be like, oh, I definitely watched all the Rocky movies, but you only really watched the fight scenes on YouTube because those are the only part of the movie that anyone cares about. So now I actually might go into really analyzing Afro Samurai because, hey, I review Samurai Jack. Why not just do a bunch of samurai related content? So yeah, that actually leads me into something I have to tell you guys, leading right into the update. I'm still pumping out Samurai Jack content, but even you guys have to admit the average number is usually 160. These aren't really getting the views. Now, I'm not doing YouTube specifically for views, but I'd like to see what people are actually liking, like the general populace of YouTube. A lot of it's Fortnite. I usually like to work on a balance of stuff that people might actually watch while maintaining my own integrity. I started this series and I plan to finish it. So right now I've been inspired to review Afro Samurai. And I've also been working on videos to put on my gaming channel, since that's a dead channel. I got like 20 people on there and I think only like one person watches it. My streaming is put on permanent hiatus until further notice. I think maybe I could have rephrased that better. Streaming's put on hiatus until further notice. Yeah, let me not use more words to make me sound dumber. I learned that I'm not really good with live commentary without someone to spitball with. So when my girlfriend's on, I can actually like talk to her, or if I have friends on, it's much more organic. Like I'm really inspired by Retsu Prey, and those are two guys, Slow Beef and Diabetes, and they can just like spitball with each other. I'm lesser inspired by Game Grumps, so yeah, if I have my girlfriend on, she'll ask me stuff, like she'll type up, but she doesn't want to be recorded, so I can just answer her questions as I'm going along. So it's a lot more organic. And I really do believe if I talk to myself for really long periods of time, like YouTube streamers, I think I'll go insane or start saying redundant things. Like I've been watching a bunch of Let's Plays from solo streamers uploading their 4-hour gameplay that's all garbage. And they're like, "Aw, man, this game is so fun. This is hardcore." It's like really bad. So yeah, I know I asked this a bunch, but please tell me what you'd like to see on this channel and how I can improve on this channel. And possibly get more of you guys here. I always tell you guys I read all of your comments. I know it sounds generic because it's part of the script, but no, it's totally true. I read every single comment, all the bad ones that tell me I'm a shitty person, and all the good ones that say I'm a good person. So I read all of them, and it's really cool to get praise and feedback. I only make pennies off this channel, and for example, it took me like 6 months to clear my first $100 off of Google. So I don't do this for money. It's always been a hobby that could someday, emphasis on someday, become a career. But I don't really hold my breath for it. If YouTube didn't pay me, like at all, I would still make videos, since it's a really fun hobby. I actually, when I was in high school, I learned how to edit because we had this like vocational school to go to for digital multimedia. So I always liked editing. I was inspired by RMake21, and like I don't think he was paid a red cent off of YouTube because he wasn't partnered, I don't think. So it's just a fun hobby that I do. And who knows, maybe if I get a lot of videos on my channel and they're all like good, maybe someone will be like, "I'm gonna hire you as an editor for my YouTube channel," just like the poor Ronnie Ani Edwards from Game Theory. Slave work editing. It's the dream, boys. Anyway, I always appreciate you guys. So yeah, with that being said, have a good day. I gotta work on more Samurai Jack episodes.